Sagittarius, this is Regina, Pacific's Tarot, getting ready to do a reading for you, the Sagittarius Collective for November, the month of, for 2021. And we're going to get started right away by reading the bottom of a new deck that I'm using called the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. The Ace of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. And new beginnings for you, Sagittarius. Fire sign, this is showing you to be inspired, to have received an inspiration from the divine, from exploring your own phenomenal passions and moving in a new direction for you, beginning something new, a relationship, a new job, a new project. It could even be you moving to a new location. I'm going to leave this here, and I'll turn that over. And then we're going to start with the first house with the Strength card. The Strength card is showing that you, Sagittarius, have indeed been through some difficulties. You have been through some challenges. You've experienced some loss, possibly even some betrayal, quite likely a fair amount of oppression. Throughout it all, this shows that you not only have what it takes to succeed during these incredibly difficult and complicated, sometimes very dark times, but you have not faltered in your ability to give back what you expect. So this is an exemplification, in this case for me, Sag, of the golden rule. You have consistently given to others what you would like to receive, and in that way you have gained a reservoir of emotional maturity, learning the complexity of human experience and emotion throughout it in such a way that you have gained courage and strength to move forward in every area of your life. In the second house of possessions, your body, your values, you have the Nine of Pentacles, indicating your independence, your self-reliance, your willingness to create abundance in a safe and protected space. Your sense of enrichment and empowerment within your space is praisable, is laudable. You are an example. However, the sense of abundance and prosperity that you experience, the comfort and security, are only for you. You are able to share this with others within your own space. And this definitely indicates a kind of accomplishment, an achievement, or a pinnacle of achievement in your personal material life. The third house is where we communicate, how we process information. And right now, the High Priestess is showing me that you are connected, tapped into a deep reservoir of self-knowing, of knowing, a deep knowing that allows you to move back and forth within space into your own past, throughout your memories. Memories may come through the experiences of others, other lifetimes, but you are using this ability to, this science of intuition, to gain and amplify your sense of purpose in life at this time. You are not sharing what you know with others unless asked, but you are gathering up your sense of knowledge and power so that if asked and when asked, you can provide appropriate and intuitive guidance to those that are seeking that. These are powerful cards together. The fourth house is the house of your past, your unconscious. Your home. The Five of Swords is showing me the difficulties you are having separating yourself out from associates, events, and activities that have occurred in your past. The affiliations, maybe family members, connections from childhood or family of origin that have felt manipulated, exhausting, betrayals, certainly disappointments that you've experienced, and your efforts to move away from things that you understand are no longer aligned with who you are. You have experienced a great amount of difficulty. This has been very hard for you to negotiate your way through all of these separations and not be personally damaged, sabotaged, or to self sabotage yourself by believing that you perhaps are better than others, or of thinking, falling into the miasma of chaos that appears to be surrounding your experience of family life. This could also be the passing of a loved one, a dear one, and that unfortunately can create confusion among family members that are still living. The fifth house is where you play and create and produce with others, with peers, with lovers and friends. The introspection card is the same as the hermit card in other decks. So this card sees you pulling in, as might be expected, from this environment so that you can actually understand and seek that guidance that you are so desperately looking for. The guidance that you are seeking in the outer world is matched by your ability to identify not only the proper spiritually aligned resources for you, the guidance that you want, but also the guidance and the authority within yourself. So this is looking within for answers, and also taking those answers that you receive and bringing them down so that you can be a model for others. You can show others the way that you have gained a sense of personal authority in your life so that you know what is best for you. You are the only source of your best path forward. The Six of Cups, or the sixth house, shows you where we take care of ourselves and take care of our environment so that we can be productive and healthy. And the Queen of Swords shows you actually utilizing the ability to witness the thoughts and behaviors, the patterns of behaviors of others. So I see you really scrutinizing your past here, really understanding, looking at the patterns, perhaps they're family patterns that have emerged through an unfortunate event in your family, such as a passing. It's just an example. I'm not predicting that anyone will die in your family, heaven forbid. However, if this is an experience you have, some major transition that's happened that has an impact on the family, which you are now able of standing back from and observing, understanding how the thoughts of individuals and a group can create a certain kind of reality. The seventh house is you in relationship to significant others, be they people, places, or things. The Six of Pentacles shows you, again, seeking balance. So here we are balancing out the experience of all of our relationships. The Strength card indicates that you have often been the giver, the provider, the one who looks out for others, makes sure that their needs are taken care of. is giving constantly without necessarily any expectation of reward. However, the Six of Pentacles says that the way of being, the way that you are establishing a relationship with your higher self is understanding that giving without making space for receiving is not just. If your needs are not met in your experiences of relationship, then it is not a successful or a healthy relationship. In order for relationships in general to be balanced, there must be room for giving and receiving in roughly equal measures. Of course, our emotional maturity helps us understand where some need more help than others. However, ultimately, all relationships rely on an equal exchange of energies. And this is actually a major revelation for you at this time. The 8th house is where we share resources with others, and the Sun card is a beautiful card confirming that you are now in the position of allowing happiness into your life, into your relationships. Having now understood that it is not your strength that brings light and enlightenment and lightens the load, but it is your ability to give and expect and make space for receiving. That happiness is happiness shared. And again, I say this often, happiness shared is happiness multiplied. And in this case, your enlightenment, your understanding, your deep understanding of who you are and the respect that you are owed allows you to tap in to the joy of pleasurable sharing, innocent giving and receiving as children would, as children do, naturally. The Two of Wands in the 9th house indicates spiritually and philosophically you are stretching yourself into a new area. You are moving away from what is familiar and what is safe, and you are stretching yourself into new experiences, literally new spaces. I see you traveling. I see you learning new things with a desire to learn new things. So that what is familiar to you is established. You feel secure in your ability to have joyful relations. Now you want to expand those, spread those out to the world, and learn how to do that at a global level, at a community level. The 10 of Pentacles is in your 10th house. The 10th house is how others see us, how we are, our vision of the world and community. And the 10 of Pentacles is complete and total abundance. This is abundance at the level of generation. And it's interesting that it is opposite the 5 of Swords, where family situation, the family of origin, feels to be in a state of anxiety and distress. Yet the Ace of Wands, I feel, is pointing you in the direction of true material success, true abundance. Again, like happiness, when it's shared, it's multiplied. So that's what creates legacy. That's what creates generational wealth. It's what creates generations of resourcefulness and creativity and productivity. So this is a card of supreme community wealth, community abundance, and your desire to achieve that. The 11th house is where we are connected up with large groups of people, the tribes, the invisible and visible tribes that we have a connection to. The 7 of Swords indicates more of the same, I'm getting a similar message here among your external groups, communities, affiliations, clubs, signs. Your collective groups are, you have a desire to move away. This card is somewhat less judgmental than this card might be. This card indicates that wherever others are going, you no longer want to move in that same direction. This is a bit of a maverick card in this situation. You are extricating yourself from a community, an affiliation, something that you conventionally took for granted. Your beliefs are now stretching and expanding in ways that you no longer feel aligned with these collective goals or tasks, and you are moving away. You're attempting to move away invisibly. You are, in effect, disguising yourself as a sheep among sheep, when in fact you're not a wolf, but you are a maverick. You want to move away. The 12th house is where we get our lessons, our final lessons, the end of the situations that you're in November. And the Six of Pentacles is really mirroring the Six of Pentacles here. So we have a reinforcement, a confirmation of your understanding and your arrival at a place of equal give and take, equal giving and receiving. And not only does that create healthier and more balanced relationships, but it also frees you. It is freeing, it is liberating in the sense that you are able to make space for happiness, share the happiness of the effort of relationships. The work of relationships has a reward in happiness and satisfaction for you in this card. I'm going to pull a crystal oracle card to finish up Sagittarius for you. And let's see what we get. All right. Beautiful, fiery, orangish stone, and ametrine. Intuition is the key word. I'm fully aligned with my intuition. I trust this powerful wisdom to guide me. I'm going to leave it there, Sagittarius. Again, this is Regina from Pacific Tarot. Thank you so much for being present with me, and I will see you next week. Until then, Namaste.